to another crafty video. So today's one is another one of my Magazine Freebie videos, and it is showing you the Magazine Freebie from Die Cutting Essentials issue 124, which was December's issue. As I said in a couple of the previous ones, I'm a little bit behind on getting these filmed for you, but I thought it would be nice to bring back this series as so many of you used to enjoy it, so I hope you still do kind of enjoy seeing someone use the Magazine Freebies and sort of not just use the freebie but combine with other things from your stash as well, because when you have a subscription, which is what I decided to do, I decided to subscribe to the 3 titles to get a few issues of them to be able to do these videos for you again. But when you subscribe to them, you don't always, like, because you're not picking the magazine, there are going to be magazine freebies that maybe you only like half of it, or it's not particularly your style or something. So for example, this set, I do really like this heart actually, but I'm not the biggest fan of the font that's in here. It says congratulations and also with love, but it's not really my kind of a font. It's very scripty, but there's nothing to say you have to use that font that came with the Magazine Freebie to make your card. So I've actually combined this John Next Door freebie with some Sue Wilson dies, because I know I always love my Sue Wilson dies, and I've got one of her gorgeous sentiments with a bubble going around it as well that still says the same sentiment that came with the die set, but I've used more of a font that fits with my style. So it's quite nice to be able to combine your stash with a Magazine Freebie. And I do really love how this die cuts out. You can actually cut it from 2 different layers. You could just cut it together, cut both together, and you'll get a lovely frame, or you can cut one from one layer, which gives you part of the leaves and part of like the swirly frondy pieces, and then you can cut the next one from another layer in a different colour and layer it behind, and then the aperture from the top layer fills in the rest of the detail to make the whole design be in the bottom layer's colour, so in this case green. And then I also just combined this with some Sue Wilson dies. I used this beautiful Foliage on here as well, just to add a little bit more greenery in a different tone, and I also used some gorgeous little flowers as well, just to add a pop of colour onto there and give it a more floral look, because you don't actually get any flowers within this, but it kind of screams that it wants flowers on there, so that's why I added those. And no card can ever be complete without a butterfly when you're using florals, so I added one of Sue Wilson's little butterflies here, and I did it in a way that I don't know if any of you have watched Dawn Bibby, but she's been around for years and years and years, and me and Mum used to always tape the 2 PM show on QVC, and then we used to watch it together when I got home from school. And one of the things she always used to do with peel-offs was to take 3 butterfly peel-offs, fold them all in half, and like stick them back to back to create this 3-dimensional thing. And you can do it with your die cuts. I always love doing this kind of thing for a butterfly, because it makes it so much more dimensional, and then you have a really good place to stick it down. So I did that sort of configuration of a butterfly on this as well, and then I just used some yellow pearls for the centres of the flowers and carried it on for the body of the butterfly. And the background, I wanted something really subtle, so I just used a Simon Says Stamp background stamp, and then used a Wow embossing powder that's just like clear with glitter in, just to add a little bit of a subtle kind of pattern on there as well. So that's the card that I decided to create, but you don't have to use Sue Wilson dies with it. It can be punches, it can be hand cut flowers perhaps, it could be dried flowers even. You know, you can add anything to this to turn it into a beautiful card, because you don't get any floral elements with it, so it's quite nice to be able to add from your stash to finish this off. Or there's lots of projects in the magazine that just show you how to use the actual die itself and like trim bits off to make borders and backgrounds and things like that too. So there's always tons of inspiration within the magazines for you to be able to create further with your Magazine Freebies as well. So I hope you enjoy the rest of this video, where past me will be in sped up form showing you exactly how I created this card as well. So thank you so much for watching. Bye!